Yo, this Big Two from Two Infamous Two Real Radio, and when y'all ain't doing nothing, man, check out the Always Gone Live podcast, man. You gonna see some good people, you gonna get some topics, you gonna get everything. So, from the homie to my homies, check out Always Gone Live podcast. Subscribe and get with the plug, get with the program. Big Two, we out.
Alright, it's good. Hey man, once again we are back. Always Gone Live, episode 36. I got my guy Young Mod in the building, as always.
Young Moolah, baby.
We got Ant in the building, Privileged Life. We even got Sky in the building right now.
Yes, sir.
And we got yours truly, number one host, Guy by the 82. Yeah. Hey man, listen, we got a special guest in the building. Y'all make sure y'all like, comment, share the platform. Hit the notification button. Stay tapped in with us. We be streaming IG, and make sure you subscribe. Help us get these subscribers up. Yeah. Follow us on all social media platforms: YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And right now we got a special guest in the building. I'm not even gonna hold y'all up. It's 2023, man. Yeah. We going up from here. We not playing. We ain't going back. We ain't doing none of that. We got a guest in the building. Special guest, Colleen's on. Two Infamous Two Real Radio, Demetrius Collins in the building. Y'all, man, y'all give this man some noise. Come on, man. That's real, man. Y'all make sure y'all get the merch also, man. What's going on with you, man? What's going on? We're gonna go ahead and get busy with this, man. For real, for real. A lot of questions to ask and stuff like that.
Yeah, he baffles us as well.
Hey, this nigga need to introduce the Raglan brothers.
I don't know. I got a lot more work to do. I got a lot more work to do. You know what I mean? But I like this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. One step at a time, man.
Yo, everybody cook their bro.
Yeah, we good. Let's kiss there.
That's the best part. That's what
authentic, the most authentic,
boy,
original curators. This the podcast right here, man.
Would you like a shot?
Yeah, we got the
Douce.
Or water. Okay.
R.I.P. to Gangsta Boo.
R.I.P.
Yes.
R.I.P. to Gangsta.
Oh shit.
Crazy.
Bless you.
I'm talking about on the today. Shit.
On the porch.
On the porch.
That's how you.
What's kind of your memories of Gangsta Boo? You know what I'm saying? Like.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Man. Matter of fact, I got a story.
Okay.
There used to be a place here called Renaissance Records.
Yeah, I remember that.
You ain't gotta tell us. We from here, nigga.
Right. You know,
I ain't from here, but I know.
And I actually met him at Renaissance Records. You know what I'm saying? This was before she got, dolled up. You know what I'm saying? She was just gangster, you know? Okay. So, I met them in Renaissance Records, man.
They used to drop them records off and shit.
Oh, man.
I remember them days, bro. I was little, but I was little.
Man. Yeah, so, you know, them my people, you know.
Okay. Renaissance was the spot.
Renaissance was my spot.
World class.
So, you know, seeing that and, you know, plus me being a, you know, music fanatic or whatever, you know, I go all the way with 3 6 Mafia. So, you know, just to, you know, to hear about Boo like that.
You can't be a DJ
and not know, you know, and not know about Gangsta Boo or,
you know. If you ever went to the club, like.
And you know, she's one of those, you know, female artists that, you know, people really don't talk about as far as rap goes. And she was the code. She was one of the codes.
They be sampling the shit out of her, though.
Exactly. You know. Where them dollars at?
Her style is still alive.
Yeah. And you know, she came out with a lot of albums, came out with a good few albums too, man. Her first one, I could just go all the way, listen to it all the way through. I think it was Inquiring Minds.
Okay.
I think that was her first album.
It was.
So, you know,
I always say she top 2.
Oh yeah,
especially out the South. She top 2 out the South.
Oh yeah.
Always
partner had a debate about between her and Mia X. Yeah,
yes,
exactly.
I was just thinking of Mia X too. Exactly. Like I was just saying that. I was just thinking of Mia X.
No Limit Ross.
No Limit versus 3 6 Mafia.
Yeah, that was the thing.
Yeah, back then.
Everything was the thing back then, though.
Yeah. Now
until it got to like, hey, look, let's start shooting each other for fucking real.
Oh shit.
Well, you know what I mean? That's really upon the youth.
I mean, think about like Nas and Jay and them was beefing. they would say shit, you know,
Right.
and it'd be like, oh man, this nigga went in the studio and said this shit about me. Let me go say this shit. What's the slickest shit, the most hurtful shit I can say?
Right.
And they do that. But now it's like, you might not even get the diss song in return before you get the motherfucker getting shot. Then you get the diss song.
I'm gonna say it like I do radio, you know, so I do a lot of media content, you know what I'm saying, and you know it's I've been really paying attention to as far as, you know what I'm saying, the youth go, and I kind of I try to have a little comparison to us or me, you know, growing up in the 90s, you know. So, I mean, you know, it's just that a lot of things are turned up. You know, yeah, we was turned up back then, but we had a level. But these days, things are so turned up, and it's because of these boxes, right?
I about to say, when you gonna
You know what
bring
I'm
that
saying?
in?
And these boxes, you know, man, you know, they're a Pandora box, and you know, once your mind is inside this box, it's hard for them to come out this box.
When
You know?
when you was little, before these boxes, right? If it was wild in your hood, it was wild in your hood.
True.
You didn't really know what it was like in nobody else hood around the world. Like, you didn't know what they was doing in California.
Right.
Like, you heard about it, you seen movies, you know what I'm saying? And that's what you,
maybe.
and that's what you, yeah, that's what you based it on.
Videos and shit.
But now you can pick up your phone, and you it's an open window to anywhere and everything.
Right.
Especially just Facebook.
Right.
You can look at people like what you think is their life. People live on these things.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you what I heard. I don't know if it was a doctor or whatever, but
Everything's
our
right
brains wouldn't. Our brains were able to digest tons of information, but they wasn't designed to digest tons of information at a rapid rate, and all of that happened during the COVID. That's when y'all start seeing a lot of people turned up. If you wanted to find out what MK Ultra was, here it go, right here. It's all on you. It's right here, and it's in real time. You know, and it damaged a lot of kids. And you also got to think about it too. You know, a lot of our youth, even back then, you know, I wanted to holler at the youth and you know, and try to get them to understand something. But you know, a lot of people these days, man, they're so cynical and set in their ways. So, you know, how could you want to tell somebody who wants to do good or to do good if they don't even want to care? It's because it's their choice. And a lot of these kids are going up on their free will of choice of thinking what's cool and what's gangster, and, you know, not really know what's gangster. Some of that I fought on the OGs too.
Yeah.
Well, I
You know,
mean,
but
They speak a lot on
You
it.
got
like,
to fault a lot on that, right?
You say back
Well,
in-
some of it, because if I can only teach you how to do it and you don't want to do it, then whose choice is it?
you know how they say back
See what I'm saying?
See, and that's right there. Not to mean to cut you off,
Right.
but like, even when the new generation be like, oh man, the old generation don't teach us none and and us signing all these bad contracts. You got plenty of history from our generation and so many examples on what not to do. All these we can point them out right now. Diddy, the Locks.
Wow.
True.
You know what I'm saying? Suge Knight, how he was doing Snoop Dogg. All these we got plenty perfect examples. So you can't sit up here and say it's not. You choose to not want to get the information. You don't want to learn. You want to just do music. You don't want to learn hip hop and the history.
Because they already think that they know the game. Life
They
into
don't know shit.
Hey, look.
Niggas was smoking crack in '88, and they
You
knew it
remember
was
back in the
bad.
day,
They still smoking it.
basketball-
Right, you know,
It's
true.
the
You
same
remember back in
thing.
the
That's
day,
true, but
basketball
we
was
just
different.
talk about like music.
The rules to the game of basketball was different, and you had great players that played during that time, right? Now you got good players in this time, but the rules are different. Like you can't touch them when they trying to shoot a three. You got to give them so many whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You got to get
So everything's
So-
sensitive.
so listen. Apply that to the rest of society, bro. Everything is a little more sensitive and a little more easy and planned out. The basketballs is better, the courts is better, the goals is better, the cameras is better. Everything's fucking better and faster and easier.
Shoes, yeah.
And right now, you want to know how to fucking bake a cake and you ain't never baked one?
Online and you can
Bake a cake.
and you have access to those things.
You get-
But
I'm
here's the
just
thing
saying-
though, it gets to the point where we choose what we want to see, what we want to hear, what we want to do, how we want to act,
I got it.
who we want to
Exactly.
be around.
But even if it's bad,
Right.
you still
Even
want
if it's bad.
I got it.
Some people just don't want to admit they bad people.
But you know, a lot of the problem too comes from black folks not having enough cognitive dissonance
and no self
and
accountability.
no self accountability. We want to point that finger at everybody else.
Except for who
Except
needs
for
to point that shit at.
Ain't that a
Except for
human
self.
problem though?
No,
Because white people point the finger at everybody else.
but they gonna listen. But the problem is they listen to solutions.
Niggas do too. They just don't want to put the
No,
work
they
in.
don't. No, they don't.
That's where that self-entitlement shit come in.
Bingo. But not to apply to everybody. Let's say
No,
far as black.
no.
But it does apply to more these days. Like, say for instance, you know, hey man, when I built this radio, man, I built this for Colleen. I built this for the people around. I built this for everybody to come on in. Did you think they accepted it? I grew up here. Do you think
So
that they
what was the
accepted it?
reception that you
The
feel like you got?
Now when I built it, people felt like I had to have a self-entitlement. The reason why I didn't want no self-entitlement was that's why I didn't put Colleen on there. So I wouldn't have no self-entitlement.
Just to have the mystique, like for people to get curious, you know. So
Correct.
Okay, let me find, you know.
And then on top of that too, you know, you had K254 Radio, and they had the Colleen brand during that time. And here I come out of nowhere, and I just ain't want to, you know. Everybody was like, well, yeah, he's doing what he's doing, but this Colleen right here,
Yeah.
even though I've been there since
So
'83.
you started while we were still going.
Right.
That's-
Well, actually, it was. I started it October 2nd, 2017. That's when I started. But it was.
Yeah, you was in the middle of
But it was. It was in the middle of the. And, you know, it was that 2 year build up. That 2 year build up. That you know the hell that you go through. But then in 2020, right, even before then, around about December 19th. I was monitoring the COVID back in October. So I already knew it was going to come. But I had shut down December 19th on purpose. I just shut down. And I created a whole bunch of mixes. Plus, during that time, I had got better being a DJ. But I had shut down. When the COVID hit, that's when I cut the radio back on. And when I cut the radio back on, that's when I caught 1K in 7 months. And I did that strictly off the mixes. It was a personal test. It was my test. I wanted to see if I can make it. Not play this and if you play that, and if you play this, or if you put them on, or if you put them on and you'll get, no, it was strictly that. Even to the point where, you know, back when the COVID had started, you know, you see all these DJs, everybody coming out with everybody's on live. But the thing about it is everybody kept getting cut off. So what was the quickest way to get people? Got a radio link. So I did probably two lives. After that, I let everybody else do what they thing, do their live, and watch them get muted and all that. But that radio link was way faster. Because what's cutting you off?
No,
Nothing.
I mean, because you getting the proper permission.
This your boy Young Mike, always going live. We just started a new PayPal, and we would like for you to, you know, help us out, donate to the channel. You know, we're trying to grow here. So yeah, donate to the channel. I want the link right here or whatever, right here in front of me. Y'all click on that. A couple things maybe to incentivize you to donate. Anybody that you know, donate $5, I will send you a always gone a beanie of your color. You just gotta put in the PayPal, you know, $5, maybe your Instagram or whatever, and then whatever color beanie you want, and I'll get you one of these right here. Also, though, I incentivize you again for $20. Gerald, if you would, it's a bag behind you, you know, if you could hand that to me right here. So this is anybody that donates $20 to our PayPal. No, just pull it out, you know what I'm saying? Pull that hoe out real quick, hand it to me. Just hand it to me. Anybody that donates $20, they will get a Always Gone Live hoodie, you know what I'm saying? Of your size, of course, you know, just let us know what size you wear, and you get that Always Gone Live hoodie. Your size. This size here, though, this size is a 3X. So it's only one person that I know that wear a 3X. Really, I mean it's more than one person, but this nigga right here, this nigga wear a 3X, so I got that nigga for this for him. But you also can get a hoodie of similar ilk of your color. You know, donate $20, and this hoodie. $45, I think. So you get the discount. So yeah, and I think the bigger
it's gonna be.
The bigger you are, the more it's gonna be. But yeah, anyway, it's $20. I'll cover all the shipping and all that shit. So yeah, $20. Donate to our PayPal.
Are you ready?
Yeah, it's on.
Oh, okay. So you know, seeing how most of us are Army brats or Army brat-ish, where are you originally from before? Where's your original sound from? That you would say, not in from Killeen, but like where would you originally say, you know, your sound, where you from?
Where were you born and raised?
He said
I was born in Clewiston, Florida. Well, you know, we call it Harlem, Florida.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's where I was born. But when I left there, went to Germany, and then from Germany, we came here.
Hold on, what part of Germany? I mean,
Nuremberg.
I was in here now. I heard the number.
Yeah, Nuremberg. So, you know, but, you know, I've been going back and forth and, you know, from Texas and here. And, you know, I fell in love with the, you know, if you can't be from Florida and not love Jam Pony Express DJs, you know what I'm saying? So, you know.
I know what you're talking about.
You know, so having a little bit of that and being in Screw World, you know, you get the best of both worlds. So, you know, you can say the sound is kind of like integrated between both, but the only difference is I just don't screw. I feel like everybody has their choice of screw, or, you know, screw DJs or whatever, and I just wanted to bring something, you know, just totally different, you know, back to, you know, where, you know, a DJ actually works and not trying to scratch you to death, but you're actually hearing some music, you know. So
you got any like mixes that we could just listen to, you know what I'm saying, like in our spare time, like maybe on a YouTube or something like that?
When I try YouTube, they flag me.
Yeah, no, that's how I already know how it is. You ain't gotta tell me, man. You ain't got to tell me. I promise you.
I got a podcast link too. It's on my radio page.
Okay.
On Too Infamous, Too Real Radio.
We'll put that and we'll drop that. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it's like 73. It's over 100 hours.
Wow. we gonna hey, yeah, I want to check that out though.
It's a 5-year bill up.
Okay.
So, you know, but I was trying, you know, right now my goal is to get to like, you know, 100 mixes. So let's say, you know, you might be tuned into my radio station. Well, I do 80-minute, you know what I'm saying, 80-minute mixes. But when you listen to my radio, you know, I shuffle them. So when you got over 100 hours of mixes and you just shuffling them, you know, you got set 1, set 2, set 3. And I just shovel them, so you know, you're gonna hear a variety of everything, you know, and not just self-centered on South, not just centered on gangster rap. You know, I like happy rap, I like real rap, I like substance.
Is it explicit or is it?
Yes, it's explicit. There's nothing clean about it. I ain't gonna even shine. You know, but you know, from what if Throw Baby's on the radio, what
this wild shit on the radio, my boy.
You might well just put a rated 17 on the motherfucker though.
half the song be bleeped out on that.
Exactly.
They actually just let that shit go through these days.
You might well. I mean,
I was listening to a song.
They let that shit go, my nigga.
Like, it depends on I think it depends on the time of day.
Oh, okay. Maybe.
But you know,
don't pay attention that much.
I just, you know. Today, I mean, a lot of people think that, you know, there's not good music out here today. There's great music out here today.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
It's always been good music and bad music.
Everybody wants to hold this, you know, the comparisons out. You know, well, the back then was, you know, you still got rappers who still give you, you know what I'm saying, the 3 bars.
Yeah.
And you got some rappers who do 2 bars or whatever. You know, and my goal is to find a way to make that work, to make that work, to make that work, to make that work.
That's a real DJ.
You remember the thing with music, especially you're a DJ from an artist standpoint, right?
And I used to be an artist.
So
I used to rap too.
And they go together. So it's like back in the day, group came out with an album. That album was out. You had to go buy it. You couldn't, or know somebody who had it. You feel what I'm saying?
True.
Nowadays, it's like, hey, so-and-so got a new song, I got
Right.
it.
Yeah.
What's the next one?
I love that though.
Oh, it's right here?
I don't know.
Oh, he ain't got no more? Okay, I'm
All
going.
right.
Yeah, they ain't taking time. They ain't taking time to enjoy that
You used
song.
to wait.
It ain't like back
You be
then,
like, yo, Jay-Z
back then
album
they
come
put
out in
dope
September.
out.
Yeah.
I got
They
some money
put out a
right
song.
now.
Yeah.
You took time to enjoy
Right.
the shit and savor
And this
it.
is what
Now it
Beyonce
ain't
was
like
talking
that no
about.
more.
And this is what Beyonce was talking
They
about.
putting out microwave shit.
Beyonce said back then, you know, people had a problem with her last album that came out. And like she said, you know, the problem with today is, you know, people don't want to listen to good albums no more. They just want to hear tracks and move on.
Always on.
Yeah.
You know, and that's because society is moving fast like that too now.
But
You know, but the good thing
It's
about
like
having a
you.
DJ though is when the DJ has your back, it's a lot more better because you get that push. Listen, if it's you rapping, somebody else rapping, somebody else rapping, somebody else rapping. But in the beginning, I had rappers that I told them, come on in, come on in, come on in, and they felt like, some of them felt like they was just too good for my station. And they don't realize that when I cut that motherfucker on, that motherfucker runs 761 miles per hour. I touch every intersection in the United States of America. Wherever
Always
there's
going
a
live.
wherever there's a tower,
But-
wherever there's a server, you tap that link, I'm there. From South Korea to people listening to me in Aruba
Oh shit.
and Bahamas. So, you know, this is 5G.
Yeah.
So, you know, you can hit, you know, wherever that radio link. I have people in the Philippines who listen to me. I have
Damn.
people in South Africa. I have people in Australia. You know, they
Yeah,
just
man.
want to hear the good rap or they, you know, well, some good music,
Yeah.
you know. So, you know, when you can touch all those bases, man, you know,
Globally, goddamn it.
yeah. And I told people years ago, why go local when I can go global?
Exactly.
Because when I tried to do the local, it wouldn't work. So I went around them. You know, I went around them.
Yeah.
And I ain't gonna sit here and bullshit. You know, it was not easy. You know what I'm saying? Especially trying to learn how to DJ and learn your craft.
Yeah.
You know, but eventually, you know, you'll find your juice. And once you find your juice, you know, it just don't stop there. It just, as long as you stay consistent on it, things get better over time. And if I probably didn't do that back then, I probably wouldn't even be sitting right here right now. So
We appreciate you too.
I got a question for you. How did you creatively come up with the name for with the logo and the logo, Too Infamous, Too Real Radio?
Oh.
How you originally come up with that?
two is me. That's two. But Too Infamous, Too Real. When I first started, I always said I was infamous. You know what I'm saying? You know, infamous means unknown. You know, that's basically what it means. You know, basically what I say when it comes to the logo, it says too infamous not to be famous, too infamous not to be known, and too real not to be true. So that's where that comes from. You know, I'm too infamous not to be known, meaning that whatever I wanted to do or whatever, I could have been known, I could have been famous if I wanted to. And too real not to be true, meaning it's basically, you know, like my people right now, they're looking at me like, hold up, this ain't the same guy that we knew or that we grew up with. Yeah, this is too real to be true. I've changed.
I like that.
And
I like
I'm
that.
going to show them, you know, whether I'm with them or without them, you know.
Yep.
You know, and some of that drive comes back from back in years ago, and it's like back then I was doing the rapping, and I had a show to do back in the 90s, 99 or whatever, and I was expecting a lot of people to be there and to show up. You know, I was getting a lot of little publicity on the Z and all this and that, but when it happened, you know, truth be told, nobody was there. So this ain't my first go round. This is actually my second round of trying to be great. But I was when I came back home, I thought I was gonna get into the rapping, but I like what I'm doing right now.
Yeah.
You know, it's you know, I rapped back in the '90s. Y'all could come out with something, y'all could put it out there, but it ain't about me no more. You know, we'll love to do it one day, but
Yeah.
it's about bringing people out who's supposed to send me their music, you know what I'm saying, to my email instead of my inbox. Stuff, you know, and especially when especially when you told them, especially when you know this is Capricorn, you know this is Capricorn season, and this is I'm gonna tell you one thing about a Cap. We know how many times we told them. And last time I checked, it was
that nigga pulled his phone out and
it
shit.
was 3.
I'm finna check my.
It's getting hot in here, huh, G?
Yes, it is. Always gonna lie.
Last time I checked, it was 3 times I told him. No, check your inbox. Don't check your email. Check your inbox.
What's your
Stop
email?
playing.
Find the message that's in your inbox.
Should I turn the camera off?
Hey,
776.
while we got a little interlude, I do want to say on me in behalf of us, we appreciate you putting our platform, our podcast, on the radio
I
station.
run it every time.
He let me do a drop. He let me do it. I actually want to do another drop too. He let me do. I did a drop with the voice clip, and he put it with his.
Let us get an hour on that hoe. You know what I'm saying?
I play it every hour.
Oh yeah. Oh for real. Bruh, I run it every hour, Phil. Always gonna lie.
Anytime that radio's on,
Okay, so when people say stuff
that drop
loud
is gonna run.
and be, look at all
Only
these
thing I
I like that hat. I like that hat, brother. Hey, come on, man. The camera's on and the live's on. I just want you. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, anytime. Yeah, that
Okay, now I appreciate it.
No lies over here,
I
man.
sent you.
I don't
All these all songs I done sent. You might have sent. I just sent you.
I did a song today.
That's
There
what
was no
it is.
yet.
Do you have it on you?
Thank you.
Do y'all have it on
Thank
you? So we
you.
can play that?
Yeah, I'm on my note. I'm on my note.
Look what we do, man. We bring people.
That was it.
I like that chain, brother.
Appreciate it,
I
man.
like that chain, brother. I like your ensemble, my
Yeah,
boy.
You know what I'm saying?
But they don't. But hold up on the Brooklyn hat though, cause it got the shade of pink on the inside, my
Yeah, you
nigga.
know,
On the Cam Ronnie type.
It's the pro image joint. You know what I'm saying?
I like. This is your radio station playing right now.
Right now.
Okay.
Y'all make sure y'all follow this man. on all social
Link
media
right
platforms.
now. Here go the link right here, bam.
That's it right now. Playing Q. Well, West Side Connection.
While you doing this, your shit just running.
Oh, cause I'm here. And plus, I got a program.
So, let me,
You know,
I'm
I'm the only DJ, so I had to, you know what I'm saying, I had to make it work. You know, that's the thing about it. You know, when you're the only DJ, it's like, you know, I had to come out. I discovered something, and I probably posted it a few days ago, while I was building the radio. And one night I was listening to the Z, and then I was listening to the show.
You still do that?
But what puzzled me was the guy, he mentioned a date. And when he mentioned the date, it was in September. But it was November.
Wow.
And then that's when I caught on. I said, this shit's pre-recorded.
Hell yeah.
It's on. That's when I did the mix build up. And I built up, when I tell you, I got what's called quick mixes. They're an hour. And that's just to get you by. And then I got radio mixes. Those are 20-some set mixes. Each mix set has a different BPM. I never use the same BPM. So I give you like 1 minute, you might be on 90. That next track you might be on 120. Then that next minute you might be on 155. But you're not gonna get the same rhythm. I'm gonna switch it up on purpose. I don't want you to be comfortable.
man.
So
I remember when I used to have when I had the show on K254. I would go in the studio and like take my songs like off YouTube, all the new songs or whatever.
right.
I build my whole show, put it in Cubase.
Yep.
I would do like skits, talking, commercials,
Right.
all that shit.
See, I had to do all that too.
Pre-record
I had to do
all
my
of that.
drops, my sweeps. I had to create all that.
And
I
then
learned that from you.
yeah, and then I come in to the actual station and do all of the live like interview talking, and we'll do all of that. And then when it's time to play the song, I'm playing. That's 15 minutes.
Yep.
Just let that run. Then we come back, talk. I got all that mapped out. Cause sitting there trying to pull songs and actually being a DJ,
It's tiring. Yeah, it's gonna wear you out. Cause
Yeah,
when I
that's
had to
something
pull
else.
songs, and you know, for me it takes 7 seconds.
some people you don't have to be around
Because
for a long time.
no.
Okay, you know what?
Yeah.
I take that back. I take that back.
Sometimes it's 7 seconds. Sometimes it's a minute. Sometimes it's
They
out.
don't
I
take
had
me
somebody
long.
told me that
Yeah,
they don't
that's true.
drink, and then next thing you know, a few days later, you
Seen
find
them,
out
they
that
got a
they
bottle in
alcohol.
their
They got a bottle in their
Yeah.
hand. So you know, it's more upon you telling
Suckers.
yourself and what you want to do based on how you do. And what
I
I'm
don't
gonna do
drink.
is I'm not gonna judge you. I'm just gonna go by what you tell me,
I'm on
and
a
if that
bender
don't size
actually
up with
right
what you're
now.
telling me,
He's on a
then
bender.
something's wrong.
I got a question.
I can only question it
I feel like
because
I got a
you're
question
leaving me
for-
loopholes.
I got a question for you too.
Go ahead, G.
I feel like you
For those that don't know you, what you
I
tell,
feel like you've been
what
burnt.
would you tell them was your biggest projects?
Oh man.
You know what I'm saying? Some of your biggest projects, some of the biggest things you put together. Don't even, you know, just in the game, locally
Do me
or
one more.
big.
Do
But
me.
since I've been
Hang
in,
on, I'm
since
sorry.
since I've been in,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Uh-uh.
No, just ask that one more time for
Actually,
me.
okay,
Yeah.
all right. What for those that don't know you or that don't know Too Infamous, Too Real Radio, what would you say would be your biggest projects that you put together, had a hand in, you know, anything like that? Locally, big,
Yes.
worldwide. I see you got both area codes on you. You know what I'm saying? I do my thing too. I'm a 229.
Right,
I'm a 229, 254.
Right.
So I know what you're talking about. You
Right,
know,
well, I put the 81. Well, the 817 was.
Oh, okay,
This
Tam.
was Khalid.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's the beginning, and then
Mm-hmm.
then the 254. But as far as anything that I've done out here since I've been in Killeen, you know, I did Talent Tuesdays back in '99, the Talent Tuesday contest. Did it real big actually. I was the front runner 2 times before I got into some little, you know, incidents or whatnot. But
He used to go
we
there.
had the Freaknik '99. I performed out there too.
I remember that.
I was there.
Wow.
I did that Freaknik. I did the first show, Miss Gigi. Yeah, I did that Freaknik. So I mean, I've been in music pretty much out here a long time, man. I've been in music a long time. You know, like I said, the first time it was rapping, you know, and that goal was to, you know, this was when Colleen had just hit 100,000, and you know, I wanted to be heard.
I was here for that too.
November '99, I came out with Troubled Times, and that played. David Jordan was my boy, and Michael McGuire.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that was my
Yeah,
dudes.
yeah.
You know, they really liked it, man. But and then I came out with another song called "Passing Me By." When I did Troubled Times, the artists
Good old
back
10th
then,
grade.
everybody came out with,
99.
you know,
How about
as far as up tempo,
Fifth grade.
and
brother.
I came out with a
Shut your
ballad. So after that, 2 weeks later, everybody comes out with like a ballad or something, and I came back with some up tempo. So you know, and then I had a live musician back then. So back then, you know, music even back then, music was going 16-bit, but I was operating off 24-bit because I had a live musician. So the music and the sound was different. And I had a guitarist, so you know.
Do you consider your not to cut you off, but you do consider yourself more of a cerebral type person when it comes to listening to music, right? Like type of music where you not just content, but you can like digest the lyrics within the song, the words and shit, and like really sit versus listening to shit that's kind of like too, like, you know what I mean?
with clashes and things like that, and that nature. Like, I mean, if you know, when you be a rapper, man, one thing about being a rapper is, you know, rhythms, sounds. You know, a lot of that is what that guy, when I did music, he taught me that about rhythm and sounds, things like that. You know,
Yeah.
he really taught me that. But being a DJ, you know what I'm saying, it's like it's totally different because, you know, you're playing with sounds, you're playing with pan levels, you're playing with all these things, you know, especially when it comes to as far as remixing songs and things like that.
Email me.
And as far as the rapping goes, you know, it's like you can hear. I'm just speaking for me. I just, you know, I look for the punchlines. I look for the topics. I look for the substance.
Okay.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? That's
okay.
what I look for.
Because, all right,
You
so
know?
let me go a little deeper in depth with the question. Okay, so we all like rap music in here. We all like street music in here. But, like, there's a difference between the street and rap music today. Like, that it's repetitive to the point. It's annoying, irritating. Like, I can't listen to no rapper keep talking about sticks and switches on every song all the time. I'm not finna do that.
But everyone has one, Black Donna.
But I'm talking about listening. I'm talking about listening. I don't care about what they got or what they don't got. I'm just talking about far as I can't. Every other word is I got the stick. I got with the switch on it. I got the Drake over my ops here. My ops there. Like,
I'm asking you this. When I was rapping, one thing I was taught about rapping was I was taught to read. So, how many rappers that you can say actually are reading?
I know.
How many?
I ain't gonna lie. A lot of these rappers they don't look like they don't.
Do you know why they don't
They
read?
look like they do not read.
I know a
I
rapper
always
that-
don't lie.
I know a rapper that can't read.
But that's not the shit. I'm just saying everybody different strokes.
This
different
this
folks.
is why they can't read.
Exactly. You see what he holding up?
This is why they
Put the
can't
phone down.
Because this right here takes your time. This takes your energy.
It
This
started.
takes your
It
vibration.
started before
And it
It
gets-
that.
takes your life.
It started before they get
you're
some
walking-
dumbass niggas.
You are a
in
walking
class back then.
cyborg with this thing on.
Mm.
And you know, anything that pertains to it or whatever that grasps to it, you feel like you have to need to have it and all this. Say, man,
Yeah, because you're going to
I
get
think this
Facebook
is
notifications.
I think this is the most dangerous drug on earth besides fentanyl.
You're going to get an email. You got to know when to come
You know,
in.
and that's just me. So, you know, lately, I say this. It's a lot of things that I read. I went to prison for, and when I went to prison, man, I went 2 times. The first time, I was in the library and I had to fight the court system. You know, learning shit, Black's Law Dictionary, shit that you don't know.
Yeah, Black's Law.
Now, second time when I went in, this time, well, before I went in, I went through a program called Safe P. And when I went through Safe P, it taught me cognitive dissonance. So, you know, I fucked it up again, and then I went down, but when I went down this last time, I looked at myself in the stainless steel mirror and I said, let me work on me. And this is exactly straight truth.
What was
And
that?
I said, let me work on me. So when I went inside and I got my time, I was ready to do my time. The library was my friend. You got some boys, you know, they gambling over here. You got boys watching TV over here, and you got boys in the rec yard, and you got people at work. Me, I was in these books. And when I got in these books and when we would get on lockdown, when I tell you I had racks of notes, I would study those notes. And, you know, I reading books like 48 Laws of Power, 33 Strategies of War, Art of Seduction, As a Man Thinketh, Conversations with God, Mars versus Venus, clinical psychology, behavioral psychology. These are all these things that I read. But I never didn't think I would have to use them until I came home in 2009 because I had seen different versions of people, but I expected them to be who I thought that they were when I seen them. And then small things trigger you, small things show you things, small things happen. And then once I put on those shades, I just never took them off. And then I was just watching my peers, watching, you know, how they treat this person, how they do this and this and that. You know, you just wake up and you see things. And once I seen what I needed to see, I walked away.
Stayed away from stars, staying away from certain people.
I stayed away from
certain type
I mean,
of people.
completely by yourself. It's like sometimes you feel like you're isolated, but you know what? It was a
I do
good
it on
thing
purpose.
for you. And the thing about it is because people always want to judge people for probably how they grew up, or you never know what a person might look like this. Like you might look at me and say, yeah, you thugging, but if I speak to you in a certain type of way, well, you know, that might pose.
Oh, I didn't know he talks like this way. You didn't
Right.
ask. You
But,
just
you know,
assumed.
right. But I allow them to because that tells me if you're gonna assume me from the beginning, of course everybody's gonna judge somebody some type of way.
Yeah.
Like prime example, you know, when you come on my radio, you might hear some gangster rap, but then when you look on my post, you might see something that might make you think, and that keeps the mysteriousness, that keeps it. that keeps people questioning things, because anything that they can deter or think about you or say about you is totally wrong. Well, he's just a gangster. Well, he's not a gangster if he's posting this right here. Yeah, he might be playing his music, but that still don't stop him from his intellect.
Well, we're glad you're home.
You know?
And fuck the police. Shout out to Julie Oliver.
Yeah, I got railroaded.
Yeah.
I got railroaded.
What else you
That's
got
the story coming. That's the story coming. Now, the only reason why is
Gangsters used to wear suits.
when that comes out,
I like
that's
to
gonna
wear
be
suits.
pretty big.
And run businesses
I'll
and store
explain
people.
that later on down. But you know, like I said, man,
Hit him in the face with thermoses.
I built this radio man for, you know, to
Shout out to Sylvester.
open doors, man. But you know, I had a cat tell me, you know, you stay in your lane, and you know, the only thing I wanted to do was, you know, open up, you know, play his music. But when the cat told me stay in my lane, I just stopped asking artists for their shit. You know what I'm saying? Because if you want me to stay in my lane, that's cool. Because you the one that want to be heard. I'm heard.
Exactly.
When I cut it on, I'm heard. You know, I don't even talk on the microphone that much. You know, because I don't. You know, as far as that looking for, you know, people's prestige, you just don't got to. I mean, you know, you'll burn out. You'll burn out because people get, after a while, people get tired, people get bored. You burn out, then they go to the next person.
Yeah.
So I don't do it like that. I like to pop up here and there, then disappear and pop up here and there. It just keeps them coming.
So besides breaking the new artist, and you know, you getting your
Listen, man, we just finished up with another amazing interview with the man himself, Too Infamous, Too Real Radio, Demetrius Collins in the building. Of course, we got Scott in the building. Of course, we got Ant in the building, Privilege Life Entertainment, always going live, episode 36. We stays off in the mix. The gas was in the building, a whole lot of coffee in the building. Make sure you like, comment, share the platform, hit the notification button, and please subscribe, get the merch. Make sure you get my man Demetrius Collins merch. Got all type of merch, a lot of amazing things going on, man. Listen, we appreciate you for taking time out your busy schedule to rock with us. Seriously, man, seriously. Man, just start chopping it up with him. Shout out to the man, Young Mott, up in this thing, man. 2023, we going up from here, man. Yep. You know what I'm saying? Amazing things happening. Follow us on all social media platforms, like I said, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
Let me before y'all finish that up, we got like a couple of new subscribers. So I want to shout out to John Armstrong. You know what I'm saying? New subscriber.
What's up, John?
Shout out to that nigga.
What's up, Armstrong?
What up, dude?
What's up, my guy?
Hope you're still here. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
What up, dude?
Yeah. So yeah, if y'all want to Sky, I'll let you go first. Yeah, and I'll let Two finish that. Go ahead. Any social medias, anything?
Facebook, you know what it is. Created Equal. That's Facebook. Sky the Limit, Created Equal, YouTube.
Plenty of YouTube videos. Go check that man out, man.
Yeah, and there's like 3 other YouTubes linked to that. You know, the older stuff up the Created Equal, Sky the Limit. Sky the Limit, Created Equal is the newest stuff. And yeah, check that out. Good music. That's all. I just drop music, man. I need to do something with it.
This where y'all come here. It's you know what I'm saying, we come together. It brings everybody together.
Dope.
Let our powers combine.
Voltron.
What movie was that from?
Captain Planet.
Oh shit. Okay.
We need to finish that damn movie.
Go ahead, man.
Facts. If I need to be in it, but anyway.
Infamous
It's on
Too Real Radio.
On me?
Yeah, it's on you, bro.
Hey, what's up? This is Big Two from Too Infamous, Too Real Radio. You can find me on YouTube, which I'm about to get shit together on. Instagram, Facebook, Too Infamous, Too Real ENT, and Too Infamous, Too Real Radio. And you can hit me up on any of those sites and check in and get plugged in and listen to some real good music from today's to yesterday's and whatever I put together. So give it a check. Check it out.
Yeah.
I'm up here sweating like I've been sexing and I ain't been doing no fucking. Always going live, man.
Hold on.
Oh yeah.
I would like to say, from Bulldog Nation, we're still number 1.
Oh yeah, we smacked that.
Oh,
We smacked
man.
Columbus,
Still
Georgia,
number
man.
1.
Columbus,
Yeah,
Georgia.
you know,
Put on no
Georgia
cleats,
time, baby.
man.
Bulldogs. Bulldogs.